I woke up to the morning sky first. Baby blue, just like we rehearsed. When I get up off this ground, I shake leaves back down to the brown, 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 till I'm clean. Then the walk where I'll be shaded by the trees, by a meadow of green, for about a mile. I'm headed to town, 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 in style, with all my favorite colors, yes sir, all my favorite colors, like my sisters and my brothers, see them like no other, all my favorite colors. It's a good day to be, a good day for me, a good day to see my favorite colors, colors. My sisters and my brothers, they see them like no other, all my favorite colors. Now take me to the other side, with a bitty bluebird fly, in gray clouds or white walls or blue skies, we gon' fly, feel alright. We gon' yeah. They sound like yeah. The least I can say, I anticipate a homecoming parade as we renegade in the morning.
I woke up to the moon of the sky first. Baby blue, just like we rehearsed. When I get up off this ground, I shake my leaves back to the brown, 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 till I clean. Then I walk where I be shaded by this tree, by a meadow of green, for about a mile. I'm headed to town, 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 in style, with all my favorite colors, yes sir, all my favorite colors, right on. My sisters and my brothers, see 'em like no other, all my favorite colors. It's a good day for me, good day for me, good day to see my favorite colors. My sisters and my brothers, see 'em like no other, all my favorite colors.
Honestly, it all happened so fast, I really didn't get the chance to think about it. By the time it happened, it already happened. I'm one of those people that doesn't get scared. I was in California when the earthquake happened. The big earthquake in 1998 happened. And I was in New York when the Twin Towers fell down. I was stuck on the train. And so this pandemic was
Transitional.
Challenging. Surprising. Disastrous.
Difficult.
Dynamic.
Unpredictable.
Unpredictable. I think we never knew it was coming at any point. We kind of didn't know if things were going to get better or if they were going to get worse. So everything that's coming next, or everything that is coming next, it's sort of unpredictable. It's sort of hard to predict. You can't really relate to it.
Honestly, initially, I thought it was going to be for 2 weeks. I can remember us leaving my office and packing up our car, deciding pretty much on a whim to drive down to Florida. I told my office, I'll be back in 2 weeks. I'm going to Florida for 2 weeks to see how all of this shakes out. I never, in my wildest dreams, imagined that things would start to lock down. And then there was slight panic at that point that we would not turn that corner and we would be on lockdown. Our lives would be forever changed.
I mean, what can I say? Lockdown. To hear that we're on lockdown. Well, I wasn't on lockdown. I still had to go to work. But, other people that was on lockdown. It was really a different feel when you came outside. It was super deserted. There was no one out there. It was just scary. Very scary to hear that we're on lockdown. It's something that we actually lived through and we have so much to be grateful for.
Well, in the first 3 months last year, March, April, May, June, 4 months, it was very difficult because teachers had never taught on Zoom. They had never even used Zoom before, and we had to pivot to Zoom in a single week. And then they had to create materials because teaching on Zoom is very different from teaching in person. And the parents were upset because they felt like their children couldn't learn on Zoom. So then they wanted to take their kids out of school. So then there were a lot more parent meetings and a lot of supporting teachers. So those were the most difficult 4 months.
So it felt like it was work all the time. I also think it was challenging because when you're working from home, it's hard to draw a line from where's work from where's home. When you work in an office, you leave at whatever time. Okay, I'm done for the day, and you go home and leave work. For the most part, there. But as you know, I'm still on my phone responding to emails, but at least it's distant. It's different when your office is at home. It feels like work never goes away. You never get to extricate yourself from work, so that certainly made it harder. The other thing for me personally, the person that I am, I could see things around the house that needed to be done. Run the dishwasher, fold laundry. And that was always sort of nagging at me during my work hours. So many times I felt overwhelmed with the amount of stuff to do. Work, home, and all of it. So it was definitely a challenge.
That's an interesting question. I'm not, I would give myself maybe, if I graded myself on that, maybe I'd give myself a C. I'm not great at that, and I probably could have helped my friends and family through the pandemic a little bit better. I tend to focus on work a little too much. So yeah, I'm not sure that I did a great job of that.
Oh, well, I work in healthcare. So, it made it different, but it made it different because I had to work so many hours and to see, so many people losing their life every day. It was hard. It was sad. It was just sad. It makes you value life a lot more and appreciate all the small things. Appreciate your family members, your friends, everyone. And work is just different once again. We have our mask on. It's different, but not too different because we have to care for the patients. So actually, me going to work, the only difference is wearing a mask 24/7 And we have to gown up our PPE for going into certain situations. But for me, as far as work, it's really not a big difference because we're always busy, and we're there to help the patients. But in the beginning of the pandemic, it was strange. We weren't exactly sure how we could protect ourselves, but now we're aware and we do our best. So work is good.
I'm a hopeful person in general. Um, I have lived through a lot of tragic experiences and seen what people are capable of and believe in the indomitable human spirit. So I was never really in a negative headspace about COVID or quarantine. I just believe that I very much believe the saying that what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So I always, as always in my life, I felt very hopeful, and that's usually my default feeling.
I feel like I helped others by being responsible. During the pandemic, social distancing, mask wearing, and letting people know your opinion on it. Not going to adult parties during the summer because that was gross. Just being responsible, and then in terms of things I've done, I did volunteer work with Little Caribbean, and gave out PPE to a lot of small businesses along Flatbush. But that was just because I was really itching to do some like volunteer work, and just trying to get Dad to do it for the business, but he wasn't budging. So I just used my business, and I was able to give my labor and my time. Um, but yeah, just kind of educated people, remaining educated on social media. That's where you have conversations about mask wearing and vaxxing and all that kind of stuff in a person, and just letting people know the culture of my people, my family, and how we are taking this pandemic, and we took it quite seriously.
Well, my son Jackson, you helped me substantially. So it was really, I don't think I could have make it through the pandemic without him. And the idea that I was working on involved other people, whose companionship really helped a lot. So
I I would like to hope that I helped you through the pandemic by trying to keep things normal and in some respects, and also having special treats like when we would do our lunches together and we would go out in the afternoons. On Friday, I would have the rest of the day off. We could do something fun. Um, I think I also tried to help Dad. Also, trying to keep things normal, making dinner, letting him do the grocery shopping, which as a control freak, that's really hard. But I would send him on his errands, and he'd feel like he was helpful, and that kind of gave him it uplifted his spirits too because it made him feel helpful and that he was contributing. We were trying to keep things kind of normal as a family, when in the back of our minds thinking we're going crazy because we have no idea when this is going to end. Or, more important, how things were going to turn out.
Right, I get it. Yeah. It was because we were in North Carolina, going through that and being in a rural area where there weren't many people and we didn't have access to like a store close by. I really began to connect to nature a lot more. So just going outside and playing, but not even playing, but getting my hands dirty and working with the ground. And it's just, appreciating nature. I think it was helpful.
But the world just doesn't feel the same anymore. You can't interact with people you used to. You can't go to certain places without wearing a mask. It's like wearing a mask is the new normal. It's just, different and weird.
Because I feel it changed the way we live our lives, and COVID lasted a long time in different aspects of public health. You know, it brought such a huge civil rights movement for different people, economically, You know, it's going to have it had its lows. I feel like we're gonna have our highs soon for the next couple of years. I feel like women transitioned back into the home, which is taking us and the United States culture back to the caves. Um, it was a major shift for education and educators and for students. So there were a lot of transitions, and some of them are going to be permanent. Not everything is. Not everything's gonna just gonna go back to normal. Something like the fact school kids don't even have swinty days or snow days anymore. That's forever. That's a big transition. I won't be able to hang out or go sledding with my kids. I don't want to plug in. Then July and August, I couldn't see my family because they were in Europe. So that was difficult. So I worked every day. I didn't take a holiday so that we could open up safely. Because I knew the teachers wanted to be back in person, and I know the families wanted to be back in person. So we had to do it safely. So we worked every day from July to August to make sure that with experts, we open up safely. So we had two experts advising us. One, a parent who was an epidemiologist, and another was a doctor, ER doctor technically, who worked with our health team. And we had town halls with parents so we could share all of our mitigation strategies so that they could feel safe. And then, since September, it's been really joyful.
Why can't we just say Foursquare?
Bob, Barbara, and Megan want us to find a hero.
I mean, it is kind of interesting though, because I guess a hero is someone who's perseverant and courageous.
And also empathetic. Well, yeah, I guess. It's someone who makes good moral decisions to help benefit others and the world.
Agreed.
A hero overcomes obstacles and acts to make a positive change.
But I mean, a hero may not be perfect, but will stand up for his, hers,
And theirs.
beliefs.
Sometimes heroes are well known and celebrated, but most often, they're not.
Okay, I want to play Foursquare.
Yeah.
A hero. I don't really. I mean, I enjoy the idea of a hero when I'm watching the Avengers a lot as like an escape, but I don't really believe in the hero concept. I think that's a little bit superficial. I don't think that there is such a thing as a hero. I think everyone's doing the best that they can, and you know, giving of yourself or thinking about the needs of others and the potential of others is my choice. I prefer doing that over thinking about myself and the attention I might get, or I've never been one who looks to receive any kind of like acknowledgement for those things.
A hero is just someone who takes action that's not self-gratified. It's not made or done for them. It's done for the benefit of others.
There are many heroes out there. Just to come out every day during a pandemic to help other people, there are lots of heroes.
I don't really consider myself a hero. I think if I was a hero, I would have gone outside, beyond my comfort zone at the school. I would have done things for others that I didn't know outside of the school, for other families.
Wow, I'm really touched because you're my hero. And you helped me overcome all the obstacles, and you were there with me, and you always lift my spirits. Thank you.
But it's important to treasure these moments, because you're not always given an opportunity, or you don't always take the opportunity to recognize the heroes in our lives.
Leader.
Motivating. Compassionate. Brave.
Hardworking.
Pioneer.
Determined.
Can you blow my whistle, baby? Whistle, baby, let me know. Girl, I'm gonna show you how to do it, and we start real slow. You just put your lips together and you come real close. Can you blow my whistle, baby? Whistle, baby. There we go. love the girls and stroke your little ego.